Good morning, children. So let us have a recap of how to abbreviate words. It is a part of note making. You remember, children, but so that you don't make any errors. So that is the reason I am doing this for your convenience. You have to go through this very carefully. Note down everything. So the first point: use the first part of words. Using just the first part of a word is a great way to shorten it and is generally still clear and easy to understand. For example, writing Paul instead of politics. This is one of the most straightforward note making abbreviations. Yes, this is very clear. Second, use the start and end of the word. Yes, this also makes the word clear to the readers. Generally, this is what we do. Take the first part and the end of the word. Using the start and end of a word can also be useful in saving time, and adding an apostrophe can also help make it more clear for some people, such as government, instead of the full word government. So it is very difficult to write that big word, so you have to write it like that, gov apostrophe T. It is always better to remove the vowels. What are vowels? You remember A, E, I, O, U. So it is better to remove the. So in some cases you may have no choice but to spell out the entire word in order to make it understandable. But this is very rare. Most of the time you can abbreviate, but often you can at least skip the vowels to save some time. For example, SCHL instead of school, or problem, PRBLM. So what have we done here in these two words? We have skipped the vowel. In school, we have skipped double O. In problem, we have skipped O and E. PRO we have skipped, and BL, E we have skipped. So, two vowels we have skipped in problem instead of problem. So, that saves time actually. Every letter counts when it comes to note taking abbreviations. Make your own. Children, these are very important points. Don't forget to note down all these important points. It will help you in note making. Otherwise, you will be confused. You are likely to go wrong in abbreviating the words. You are the one writing these abbreviations and also the one using them. So, whatever will help you save time and still make sense of what's written. Go for it. At the end of the day, there are no rules when it comes to abbreviations. Like there are no hard and fast rules, but you must remember, when you abbreviate a word, you must do it in such a way so that the reader who reads it must understand that this is the word you have abbreviated. Otherwise, examiner will not understand, so you will not get marks for that. So it's very important. The ball is in your court, and that's exactly the beauty of note-taking abbreviations. Then the next point, use symbols. Symbols are a great way to save time when taking notes. There are some universally accepted symbols, you know that, children. For example, for the metals and all that, lead is PB. So that you of course cannot change, okay? Example, EG and all that. And generally are just one simple character. When it comes to topics such as science and math, note-making symbols are especially useful. We have a lot of symbols in science and mathematics, yes. Leave out periods. What's that? Let's see. While standard abbreviations may have periods, skip them. They don't really do much good other than take more unnecessary time to write down while trying to simultaneously listen to the lecturer. For example, the United States of America can just be written as USA instead of U.S.A. Yes, that takes time. So if you write USA all in capitals, that is fine. Use the first syllable and first letter. One example of this type of note taking abbreviation is subject. See, SUBJ instead of SUBJECT. But even if you write SUB, some people do write SUB for subject. For example, most of the time I write SUB. It is understood. What is it? Subject. So get rid of the end of the word. Who needs the end of a word? Anyway, it is not the end of the world. Okay, but really take the example of the word information. So that is important. There's no need to write it all out, since information will surely do the trick. Okay, INTRO. Yes, it is. Everybody will understand if you write INTRO. Introduction instead of introduction is also another classic example. So read very careful, children. Read with understanding whatever I am doing in this session. Okay. Next, the 9th point. Use only the final consonant. Do you remember what are consonants? If you remove the vowels, what is left? A, B, C, D, G, F, K, L, M, N. All these are called vowels. Okay. When it comes to note taking, abbreviations, using only the final consonant of a word is also great. For example, DEMY instead of writing out democracy. So that is democracy. Then don't shorten already short words. If a word is short, don't shorten them further. You choose the big words from the passage. Words that are already short don't need to be shortened even more. Save yourself the time and the headache of trying to figure out not only how to shorten these words but also how to make sense of them. In Act 2, can you shorten these words? No, you can't. These are prepositions already very short, and all those 2 or 3 letter words, for example, can and all these words, it is very silly to shorten. It is already short. So words can stay as they come in one piece. So don't shorten the words that are already short, already small, so to say. Try to abbreviate the big words. Then forget the unnecessary verbs. Some verbs are just not needed at all, and getting rid of them completely can help you save time. Yes, I have shown an example which I have done in note making. Yes, for example, suppose you are writing about intelligence or wit. Intelligence matters. You don't have to write intelligence is what matters, is what and all that. Not required. So that is how you shorten it. Abbreviations for note taking. Here are some common note-taking abbreviations that already exist and are useful for speedy note-taking. See, instead of with, you write that W. B hyphen C instead of because. Then equal to ITY instead of equality. You must be writing this in maths, isn't it? Equals, yeah, very common in maths. Equal to, we say. Example, EG. IE, for instance. Yes, you can. These are universal symbols. Everywhere it is used like that. Fixed rather. So, AGNST instead of against. BTWN instead of between. CONT instead of continued. If you ask me what I do in place of for writing continued, I add one D also, so that it is very clear. What I write is CONTD. I include D also. Okay. THRU, through instead of through. Yeah, that is your favorite WhatsApp language, isn't it? THRU. And what, you write WAT, what's that, you write TAT, tat, it becomes, isn't it? So these are very, WhatsApp languages. Anyway, no problem. STAT instead of statistic. DEVEL instead of development. SOC, yes, we understand it is society. EXPL, yes, it is clear that we are talking about explanation. Sim, not the sim which you use in your mobiles, okay? It is similar. LRG means large. Approx for approximately, yes, we do use this. Then instead of book, you can write BK, CT, compared to, CP, comparison, DEF, definition, FR instead of from. But generally from and all these small words we do not abbreviate, but anyway it is okay. Yes, etc, etc. RE, regarding. NEC, necessary. V instead of very. VS, versus, against. Yes, this versus that we say. AM, it is for morning. The full form is, do you know, anti-meridian. PM, post-meridian. So, you have it in geography and all. ASAP instead of as soon as possible. Trad, traditional. See, symbols for note-taking. Note-taking symbols are a popular and useful way to save time while taking notes and getting the message across in just one simple character. Represents change. Arrow pointing upwards, increase. Arrow pointing downwards is decrease. Arrow pointing straight. Now historical abbreviations. There are many abbreviations that are specific to historical words and terms. These can be especially helpful in your history classes and can serve as a great cheat sheet without having to look too deeply to come up with your own note-taking abbreviations. See, 19th C means 19th century. WW1 means what? World War I. Yes. WW2, World War II, Industrial Revolution. FREN, French Revolution. Then see, National Socialism, how that word is abbreviated, NAT and SOC. PRUS means Prussians. US, United States. ENG instead of England or English. GB, Great Britain. So in history we do like this. Yes. So it is very common. Now children, this is very important. If you go through this, note making will be very easy for you. Otherwise you'll not understand. You'll find it difficult. You'll say, oh my God, how to abbreviate this, that. You'll be totally confused. So in order to avoid all the confusions and all that, to make your work easy, I have done this today. Note down, go through it again and again and again. Try to solve some passages which contains the question on note making on your own. Some solved passages you can try. That's all. Thank you.